SeatGeek is the easiest way to find the best deals on tickets to pretty much any live event. Concerts, sports, theater, comedy, whatever you want. Download the SeatGeek app today and enter promo code SEATS to save $20 on your first purchase.
You got that on a save string, don't you?
No, I don't.
Hey everybody, it's Therese Paylor. She's beat writer with the Kansas City Star, and yeah, it's just like that. You're right. They don't understand the levels that come out of that. Like that light goes on, it is showtime.
It is showtime.
But you guys are taking people behind the curtain, and you really don't need to. Okay.
Oh yeah, let's not get personal. Let's just keep this professional.
Right, especially after dark.
And that's one of the things.
Yeah, let's change that up.
As the great Avon Barksdale might say, that sounds like one of the you problems. You brought that on yourself. Anyway, the Chiefs won tonight.
That's a wire drop right there. I like
the wire. Need more wire references. Little Whitlock humor for you guys there. Hey, look, all right, Chiefs win 30-13 in a very big game. They seized control of the AFC West. This is a game I think we saw coming potentially, even though this team's been a little bit of Jekyll and Hyde. A really impressive performance, and one that kind of makes me wonder where the hell this has been. Let's call it, where Kareem Hunt looks like September Kareem Hunt again. Mm-hmm. But look, we're going to dive into that. We're going to run through the game. Vahe's going to have that honor. We're going to unveil a new feature this week called the Ace of the Game, presented by our sponsor, where we would pick our player of the game, and I think I know who that's going to be. Yeah. And then we're going to have David Hewlett's view, our ace photographer, who always gives us good insight because he's down on the field, can actually feel the intensity of the game, which we cannot because we're 18 stories high, in a glove compartment, basically, in a very sterile press box. And then we're going to take your questions. So let's go ahead and get started.
Load up them questions.
Vahe, let's go, baby.
All right, let's go. First of all, I find it of note, just to mention the kickoff briefly, that Harrison Butker's kickoff went 75 yards and hit the upright, which I don't know what that really meant in the game, but it was pretty damn impressive.
It should be 5 points if you do that, I think.
Should get something out of it.
That guy's leg is ridiculous.
I'm going to try to hit the hole, unlike the way I just started. And
I love the self-loathing in that.
This is worth noting on the first drive of the game. Chargers get the ball. They move a little bit. They get just about to midfield. That drive ends, how? With Eric Murray's safety blitz.
His first sack, I believe, wasn't it?
His first career sack, as Blair Kirchhoff looked up early on, but also just the 16th sack of Phillip Rivers this season. They came in with an NFL low 15 sacks allowed on Phillip Rivers. I think that set a little bit of a tone, and I included that in something I wrote, but also got a text message from faithful A-Team watcher Michael McCambridge during the game that he thought that would be a significant thing to mention. So thank you, Michael, if you're watching. After that, we get a Chiefs 3 and out, and we're just getting a quick exchange of punts here. And then the Chiefs take a good 9 minutes at the end of the first quarter to drive for a field goal. 3-0 end of the first quarter. That was a long series, and it sort of started to establish their control of the game, but it was also deflating, right, to end up with a field goal there.
You know, it's interesting. I had some people kind of mention that, and I kind of didn't feel that. I know it was deflating, but I thought they were playing with so much energy, and the way they managed to extend that drive anyway, I thought as long as they came away with points, they'd be okay. That was just me.
Keep in mind, that was the drive that started with the punt going off the back of Daniel Sorensen, and two tight ends made great plays. Demetrius Harris blocked a charger away from the ball.
Is that what's called? You just do that, shove the guy.
And then Charles or Orson Charles,
right place, right time.
Right, whose name we haven't mentioned all year for good reason, fell on the fumble, and so great play on their part.
I want to give him some credit. When they called him up after releasing Ross Travis, we talked to him in his locker, and he mentioned, that blocking is something he takes pride in because he's a little guy for a tight end. 6'2", like 240 or something. And he mentioned this, and people made fun of this because this was a very PFT comment. He said, I'm going to sacrifice my body and do whatever I have to do for the team. And lo and behold, he actually did it. So, that's the kind of effort it was going to take to win this game.
That was also the drive where they picked up the 4th and 3.
Yes, and I wanted to go back to that. I hurried over it, and it's a play worth talking about because I think, we were kind of wondering what was going on there, and even Riverboat Sam was kind of like, I usually like to see this happen, but you were wanting the field goal.
I always
even
say
then.
go, but yeah, in that point, and part of the reason I say kick it at that point is because you're at the 35, I think, is where they were. So even if you extend that drive, you still have to get a touchdown to make the gamble worth it, and they ended up getting the 3. That's kind of my thinking on it. But look, you're never going to hear me write or say loudly that I disagree with any 4th down gamble. I think coaches need to go for 4th and short way more. And that play sure looked like a play that they knew going into it. If we get 4th and short, we know this is going to work because of what some tendencies they've had. Because that pass was wide open to Kareem Hunt.
It was.
Went for 21 yards. Yeah.
And I'll tell you what else it was at that point, too, you became pretty certain that Kareem Hunt was a big part of the game plan, as he should be. I mean, at that point, he had run the ball already 6 or 7 times and had that big catch, and that sort of portended a big night coming for him. So we get on into the second quarter, and we have another exchange of. I'm looking at the third quarter. Sorry, we have another exchange of punts, but then what we need to go to there is the 64-yard pass to Tyreek Hill, which Alex Smith wondered a little bit if he might have overthrown him. At first,
I still haven't seen that.
And he did feel like he didn't have to think too much, and that Tyreek will catch up to the ball. But Tyreek said that in the locker room afterwards too, that Alex is perfectly capable of overthrowing him. You heard it here first.
That's not an Alex Smith joke, by the way. That is I don't know that you can overthrow. Maybe we'll see it next year with Kidd, but I don't know that you can overthrow that guy. Yeah. And by the way, I'm just going to keep harping on this and keep harping on it. But if there's press coverage, anything resembling press coverage on Tyreek Hill without a safety over the top, that should be an automatic go.
Well, take us. It's just kind of a funny point of order here. The play before, there was press coverage at the top of your screen, as we say.
At the top of the screen. They went a screen past the other way. To the bottom of your TV screen, if I remember right.
Yeah, correct.
And then third down. It was 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, something like that. And they went up the top. And last week they did the same thing, right? Like last week, wasn't it last week that Ty had a big go route on a touchdown
against the Raiders?
My week's.
Well, he certainly had me get.
I think it was 2 weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Right.
He had a couple against the Jets. Yeah.
Yep, that's what it was.
Yep.
So it's 10-0. Things are starting to take shape, but very bad defensive drive right after that for the Chiefs. I mean, Chargers just 10 plays, 75 yards, and now it's a ball game, right? 10-6, and the Chiefs miss a field goal at the end of the half.
Ooh, yeah.
Butker, look, Anthony Lynn called his timeout, froze him, and it worked. It worked. I thought that drive was damaging, and then the Chiefs get the ball to open the second half and have to punt after picking up a first down. I really did I thought the game's momentum had changed at that point.
It did.
And it did, because the Chargers come down and score.
Absolutely. And another, and this time, that was an 88-yard drive, and now Rivers is settled in, right? He completes every pass on that drive after a choppy first half. They're not getting to him quite the way they were early.
Rivers threw 3 interceptions tonight, but there was a palpable difference on that drive and how this crowd reacted. It was deadly quiet after that throw. And that was a great drive by Rivers. There were some on-the-money throws. Remember the 3rd and 9?
Oh, my gosh.
He was under pressure. He hung in there. Great throw to Allen. Then the touchdown. Seemed like it took forever. I mean, Antonio Gates is probably a 5-second 40 guy now. He might be 280.
I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you gotta confront it.
You do.
Say it.
Antonio Gates is really old.
And
the guy that was covering him. That's what made it so sad. Antonio Gates probably weighs 260, 270, and he's not chiseled.
At least.
And
but you're being generous.
A 5-second 40 guy, and he had 3 steps on DJ, and it wasn't that good of a move. It wasn't that quick of a move. I mean, DJ will have a flash, and he had a couple.
No, he did. Tonight. Yes, he did.
But in moments like that, it's just it just sucks watching him get old.
That never would have happened in 2015.
No. Yeah, even after the second, or excuse me, After the first Achilles, that season, he was great, and that pass does not get completed. Antonio Gates has scored a lot of touchdowns on the Chiefs, but not in single coverage. Not a lot of them in single coverage with fast DJ. But that was sad. That made me sad.
Well, so then we pick up from there. This is kind of a pivot point of the game, right? I mean, if the Chiefs don't respond there, they're not. The game's not over. But you're feeling this start to crumble, and sure enough, they march right down the field. They go up 17-13 on that pretty nifty play between Smith and Hunt. Smith is breaking towards the goal line, and Hunt was being held, and they just lobbed it in there to him. Was there anything on that drive you guys wanted to make sure we mentioned?
Well, I thought that, this is a point that I've kind of like parroted from Therese, but the biggest thing on that to me was the offensive line, and I think that we've seen like a simplification, right? And a very real adjustment.
Some of it's also just a sacking up. Let's just call it for what it is. Hey, let's after dark. It is what it is. Look, I'm a big guy now. I'm watching these guys up front. I want to see men get moved. Okay, I'm trying to see 320-pound men get moved. Okay, and for far too long this year, I was not seeing that. All right, there was a lot of taking it up front. Okay, and that's about the worst thing you can say to offensive linemen. That y'all took it this week, and they took it week after week after week. They were taking it, and for the last 2 weeks, they've been giving it out a little bit. And I wonder what it was. I know we know what it is. We reported that out. It's the simplification of scheme, but also it's an attitude.
That's right.
These guys are getting off the ball now. Remember a couple weeks ago, I'm watching 2013, and these guys were mauling people and getting off the ball in a way I hadn't seen since September. And it's true. They finally got back to that, and I think that's the biggest reason this offense has been rolling. If you can start winning up front, that opens up everything else. Football's still an inside-out game, fellas.
Let me add something. One other thing that's interesting about that drive, I just realized this. Chiefs converted 4 third downs on that drive, 4 for 4. The rest of the game, they were 2 for 10. So that was, a moment they recognized.
They answered.
They answered. And then you figured, at least I figured, the knockout punch was about to happen when Peters intercepted the ball and ran it back 62 yards. But then the pendulum swings back again, and I don't know how you guys felt, but it looked to me like, boy, this was a chance to administer the knockout punch.
That was a bad one,
And they had to settle for a field goal, and you really wondered then.
When they took over at their own, when they took over on their own 6 and got the field goal, that's cool. Right. You averted disaster. But on that one, you get first and goal. Your first snap is first and goal at the 6, and you get 3 points. That's bad.
And you run 5 yards on the first play. You got second and goal at 1.
That was Larry's
false start.
Was that the Demetrius?
Yeah, and you had a great picture of that. And I wonder if in your picture of that, Dave, if you, I thought there was holding. Demetrius was trying to call it holding. Of course, every receiver wants it to be holding when they don't catch it.
Catch the ball.
Yeah.
Catch the ball.
Catch the ball.
We've seen too much of that.
Yep.
We've seen too much of that. And one of my criticisms of this regime is that you know what kind of quarterback you have in Alex Smith, right? You got to win up front, you got to establish the run, and you got to have some good tight ends that can do both. This is not like that hard. Jim Harbaugh had the Alex Smith offense. So their inability or unwillingness to invest another resource in tight end, a position where if you have 2 really good ones that could help Alex. Look, they've developed Demetrius Harris. He's had some nice moments. Far too many drops from him, period.
Second week in a row, he's dropped one in the end zone.
He
dropped one going in against the Raiders.
This is a notable thing, too. Next ball is dropped. Not dropped, but not caught. I mean, it would have been a great catch by Kareem Hunt, right?
Yeah, that throw needed to be up a little bit.
It needed to be up. But I'll tell you what's interesting is, so Alex Smith was 13 of 17 in the first half. All 4 of those hit the hands, 4 of the incompletions hit the hands of receivers in the first half. And then these two of these were the Demetrius Harris and Kareem Hunt one. I can't remember the 30th ball, but that's the only ball that didn't hit somebody in the hands tonight. Wow. He's 23 of 30. So 6 of the balls hit receivers' hands. So kind of interesting. Wow. Anyway, so they failed to put it away, and then you're wondering what's going to happen. And now we're on into the fourth quarter, and it's 20 of 13. And is this when Ron Parker comes up? Yes. well, it's not Ron Parker comes up with it. It is Ron Parker that comes up with it, but it's Marcus Peters that pulls it out. Maybe now it's time for a little thought about Marcus Peters night, Sam. I don't know if you want to interject. And was that, in fact, as Blair Kirchhoff suggested, a Spider-Man pose when he rolled out?
I think
of
it
the-
was.
Are we sure? I thought he did this. Or did he?
Might have been
Unless he did
was it
this.
a web swing? I think, well, it ended up like this.
Huh.
I don't know.
Okay.
We're going to have to wait a few
Alas.
days to find out.
Yes.
Because
At
Marcus Peters.
least a few days.
Marcus Peters did not talk to reporters after the game. That was also Reggie Ragland was in on that. I mean, Marcus got credit for it, and it looked to me like he kind of jarred it loose, and then Reggie came and hit the guy, and then really that's when the ball popped out. But I think you could have given that forced fumble to either one. But maybe it makes sense that they gave it to Marcus because he was fantastic. I don't know. I think all of us. I know you do. The immediate post-game Pro Football Focus, stuff you kind of take with a grain of salt. But they had him targeted 6 times, no catches, 1 pass defended, 2 interceptions.
The ultimate Marcus Peters game.
Pretty freaking good. Against a team, too, against a quarterback that had thrown for, I might get a little bit off on this, but I think 1,348 yards in the last 4 games with 8 touchdowns and no interceptions. Keenan Allen, he wasn't, doesn't travel. We talk about that all the time. So he wasn't matched up on him all the time, but certainly sometimes. He was matched up on Keenan Allen on the first interception. Ron Parker pointed that out. Ron Parker's guy was Tyrell Williams, and Marcus kind of peeled off when he saw where the ball was going and made that play, which is, kind of a next level sort of intelligence, guts, instinct, preparation, kind of play by Marcus.
You know what's crazy? You know who? Because we know about my love of like mid-90s football. So I caught myself watching like the Deion Sanders Atlanta Falcons fight in '94.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Yeah, against Andre Rison.
Yeah, Rison is Deion.
And Deion made an interception on that play that was just like that.
Is that right?
Where like it was a zone, it must have been cover 3 or something, and like the receiver broke off. He saw the running back break out. And Jeff George made the laziest throw I ever saw.
No.
You don't throw that. You don't throw that to Deion. So he was like, whoop, and started running down the sideline talking,
I
and
bet he was holding the ball
Oh,
in
he
his
was holding
one hand like
he was
that.
holding the ball like that, yeah.
He just like...
For somebody who doesn't like want to say, I want to be like this guy. Like I gave Marcus plenty of chances to say, yeah, I want to be like. He never does it. He is like, I'm Marcus Peters. There's Deion in that, like with the way he held the ball
Absolutely.
and
No
the
question.
ball hawking and stuff.
Yeah, but he would hold court after games, too. Deion always talked after games.
different.
Which is
they're
fine.
not the same guy, that's for sure.
yeah.
But
Well, so go ahead, Blair.
Well, the only thing I was going to add, Sam came up with the Phillip Rivers stats. Another one to add to that is no interceptions in his last 8 games, right? Is that what it was? I don't think
Rivers?
he had something like for
Yeah.
Rivers coming in tonight.
last 4, he's killing
And
it.
he has 10 picks now on the season. 6 have been by the Chiefs.
Yeah. Isn't that something?
And, in this 8-game losing streak to the Chiefs, he has 6 touchdowns and 13 interceptions.
Yep. They get to this guy.
Yeah, they do, somehow or another. So Butker converts a field goal off that opportunity, 23-13. Now you're starting to think, this is the Chiefs to put away, and sure enough they do with the Hunt touchdown to make it 30-13.
Yeah.
And that pretty much ended it. I don't know if there's any other detail we really need to go into game-wise. I know you want to keep moving, Therese.
Kareem Hunt looked great, by the way. I wonder where that's been.
Yeah.
I swear I thought he had lost his legs a little
He
bit.
did in New York. He certainly did in the Meadowlands.
He was good early. He was good in the middle of the game. He was good at the end of the game.
Yeah, he
was great. He was.
Terrific throughout the game.
Seemed to get stronger the more he carried the ball.
Yeah.
His first few runs were 6, 7, 6, 7, 7. That was impressive to me.
Hang with us, guys. We're going to get to your questions, but first we got a new feature to unveil. It is the ace of the game. Okay, we're going to go round and round. Who we think the player of the game is?
Really?
Fahir Gregorian. Yeah.
There might be a sense of peer pressure at this table. But I would go between Kareem Hunt and Marcus Peters, but I think Marcus Peters changed the game.
Kareem Hunt, I'm going Kareem Hunt, over 200 yards of total offense, 155 rushing. 2 games against the Chargers this year, over 300 yards rushing.
I'm going Marcus Peters. A lot of eyes were on him. A lot of people saying that he hurt the team. They thought he was a cancer. The thing that stood out to me were all the defensive teammates that swarmed him after his first interception. He made a lot of plays to help this team win tonight, so I'm going for Marcus.
Kelsey had a lot of neat things to say about him after the game.
Marcus.
So was Marcus.
In the most important game of Andy Reid's most important season, there were some people saying that the Chiefs were better off without him last week, which is so dumb. Don't say that. People, don't say that. So I think, and I've always thought, I think Marcus is the kind of person, I think that he thinks that he's defined by these moments and how you respond in these moments, like as a football player and as a man. And I think that was important to him, whether he says it or not.
I did worry earlier in the week that he might not have optimal arousal. As they say in sports psychology. I just felt the need to bring that up and congratulate myself for not typing the words into a story. I just thought it'd be too hard to explain. But here on A-Team After Dark, I thought it'd be reasonable to bring up.
It's the perfect time to bring up optimal arousal.
But I was very impressed that he had his head exactly where it needed to be for this game. Man, he was terrific.
I would say that Peters as well, because I thought that we're going to switch that around.
Yeah.
I thought that the 62-yard interception, it wasn't just the interception, it was that weaving through traffic and, fast, slow, getting to the sideline. It was like that return was a gem, I thought.
All right, we're going to move to our next segment here, which is Hewlett's View. You're on the sideline. You see, you get to see a lot because you're looking at the game from a critical lens, literally, and you get to see the fans and the players, all that. So, tell us what you saw from the sideline tonight.
I'll kind of start at the end. Chris Jones was on the bench, and everybody on the defense came over, including Bob Sutton, and gave him hugs. And it was just interesting to see
Chris Jones
that they were kind of targeting Chris Jones for that. Like you did it. You did a great job tonight. Sutton came over, hugged him, rubbed his head. Nacho came over and rubbed his head. It was kind of cool to see.
At one point, remember, he was hurt, and he came off the field early.
That was inside transmitting, but when
late in the second quarter.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised to see him back out there, and I think him getting back out there impressed all the teammates. And you probably don't see this if you watched on TV, but here in the stadium, the defense was just hyped up in the TV timeouts and going into the break. They're jumping.
Multiple players.
They're jumping, they're dancing, they're moving their arms and everything, which we didn't see that in that 6-game lull. They were kind of, maybe it was just Chris Jones moving a little bit, but now it's like it's a dance party out there.
Suboptimal arousal, I think is what you might describe that.
And I did see, which was kind of interesting, up 30-13 late in the game, Bob Sutton, there was obviously some missed assignment, and he was like, just, I was like, I'd never seen Bob Sutton emote like that. I kind of looked through the camera. I was like, oh, that's okay. Then just kind of those things. And on that Kareem Hunt touchdown that got reviewed and overturned later, Tyreek Hill was standing next to Andy, shouting at him to throw the challenge flag. Wow. I thought that was kind of cool. So it's there seems to be a lot more, and Eric Berry was on the bench there, kind of laughing and being with the guys and everything. There just seems to be a lot more juice on the sidelines and with the defense particularly.
Yeah, Berry was around long after the game was over. I finally got down to the locker room because I had to file my gamer, and I was talking to Steve Nelson, and Barry's locker's right next to his, and Barry was just chilling in a locker just like this. He's there were 4 guys left in there, and he was just there talking to Nelson, just kind of being easy. And I'm just like, I think Garrett came around, has devoted himself to being around a lot more at the right time.
I saw Conley on the bench too.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So
I'll follow up Chris Jones really quick. He, without prompting, praised Bob Sutton after the game, and that's the first time I think I've ever heard a defensive player praise Bob Sutton. Not that he
Just bring it up unprompted.
Yeah, where we didn't ask, and not that he wouldn't have deserved it in previous time. And people have talked about him when we have asked, but Chris Jones brought it up himself, so there was something there about.
He actually, I hope this reiterates your point instead of contradicting it, but he actually, Chris did it last week.
Did he?
About Bob Sutton.
How about that?
Out of the blue, brought it up. I think that's if he wants to make it known.
Can I make my favorite Chris Jones moment, if this is what it is, like after the game?
I think we have video on this.
Do we?
yeah.
All right, maybe should we make people watch it?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell them how to go to KansasCity.com.
Yeah, go to KansasCity.com.
We need the
Chris
clicks,
Jones video.
man.
That's great.
Click us.
You'll like it.
But tell them what it is.
Okay, so it's him, like some teammates are walking by, and he says, maybe this isn't verbatim, but something to the effect of, give that girl my number so I can buy her a Hummer. Is that right?
Yes.
And then a reporter, and I didn't catch which reporter it was, said, oh, is that a special girl? And he said, oh, no.
Yeah, that's all on the Star's
That was
website.
That was great.
All right, so we appreciate you guys watching. We've got almost 200 people tonight. It's nearly 1 o'clock in the morning, so we've carved out about 20 minutes to answer your questions. So we're gonna try and get through all these. Let's just try and work through these quickly, okay, guys?
It's like, if I can just say something, we are getting a lot of like really good feedback from the A-team people that follow us on Twitter that seem to legitimately like what we do, which is weird.
It is totally weird.
Yeah.
I still can't understand.
Yeah.
I'm very appreciative of it, and this is why they're.
It is like
this is
Therese who stirs the drink.
Yep.
Yeah, let's go on to the questions.
No, it's like any team, though. We're all part of that. It's not the same when the whole group's not here. Kyle Fisher says, "Is this season just a case of playing up or down to the opponent, like the 9th degree? What do you guys think?"
Well, they sure. I don't know. I don't know if that's the. I don't know if I would describe it that way. They did so many poor things poorly, especially in those 3 games right after the break. That and look, none of those teams should have been able to beat the Chiefs. I don't know. I just think combination of things. They've different play caller, changed some things on the defensive line. Therese has noted they've changed some things offensively, tweaked the offensive line. I just think they reached a crisis point in the season after the Jets, or maybe even before the Jets, and they had to change or fail miserably, and they changed, and now they're 2 great wins.
The only thing I'd add is, just along those lines, is I don't think they're playing to the opponent, but I think they played to the moment. At least that's what we've seen right now, and I still have no idea what's going to happen the next couple of weeks. But you do start seeing a little bit of a sense of traction and getting it back together late in the season. I don't know.
And if it is playing to the opponent, then that bodes well for them, because they'll play a 500 team next week in the Dolphins, a team that beat the Patriots last week, and then they'll have playoffs, and you're going to see good teams throughout the playoffs.
Next question is from Brian Kellogg. It says, I've been joking a bit about a hot take I have, but do you think Reed, quote, starved Kareem Hunt mid-season to keep him fresh for the end of the year and avoid the wall? Or are we just magically seeing September offense once again? Well, a lot of it's got to do with the offensive line. I wrote that. You should go to the Star and read that story about how they got their zone stuff going again. And that's the key, the zone run game. They beat the Chargers up with that today. But where are we at with that? Do you...
I do have a thought on that. I do think that I don't think it's like that, and I think Reed I'm sorry, that's not the guy's name, but whoever asked that question, I don't think he means that literally.
Yeah.
But I do think that there was a conscious, sort of effort on their part to, if it's not working, we're not going to kill the kid. There were a couple games where he got like 9 carries, 12 carries, whatever. And if nothing's open in the middle of that line because the offensive line is broken, then don't kill the kid, because you are going to need him later. But I don't think it was. So I guess what I'm saying is I think it was a combination. I think they did want to keep him fresh, and if it's not working anyway, go do something else.
All right, we got a quick one here. Where's Demarcus Robinson been? They haven't needed him. The offense has been rolling.
Yeah.
So at some point they're going to need They are going to, yeah. I mean,
He got
Albert
some
Wilson's
snaps.
been,
He got some snaps.
Albert
but,
Wilson's been key to this
Did
thing.
Albert have a catch
He had
tonight?
one catch.
He did, and
One
a
catch.
really nice move after it.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
right. That's right.
That's right. Bobby Barr says, how far do you guys think this team can go? Are they back?
I think they'll lose in the division round. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
they can win a wild card
yes.
game and then lose in the division
I
round.
agree. They got to prove it to me.
Yeah.
You know, I
Mid-January.
will never
They're-
forget.
They're mid-January's team.
What I had to watch on tape in November.
You can't ignore it. You can't leave that
I
out
got
of
to
your.
grade that. I got books. I had to grade that garbage.
If the playoffs played a seed and assume, let's just say, we'll just take the playoffs as they would exist today, they play at New England or Pittsburgh in the second round and divisional round. So you tell me.
Yeah, that's not good.
What you want.
We got some complaining about Demetrius Harris and why he's still getting targets. You know, it's because the options there just aren't ideal, and they've invested resources in him. I expect them to try to find somebody that can block and just catch the ball consistently. I know that's not easy because teams don't produce pro-style tight ends that much anymore, but you know, at some point they're gonna have to find some alternatives here. And I also think, you know, people have been saying Harris has been healed on that, and I get that. But this is not like a one-time thing with him. He's got to keep,
Right.
you know.
He also had two targets.
Yeah. So I mean,
It's not like they're featuring him.
right. Jason Collinsworth, this is a good question. You guys think Marcus signs a second contract with the Chiefs? Where are we at with that? I'll take
I don't
it.
know. Yeah.
I think they should.
I think there's still a perception in this building that he's a good guy. A lot of teammates I've talked to have said that, and I think in the front office too, there's still a perception like he's going to be okay. He's a good kid. Now, I'm just telling you what I hear. Okay, so what does that mean? I don't know. I mean, I think Marcus went a long way today with his play, with the way his teammates embraced him, toward proving that he could still have a future here. But as always, it's week to week, it's day to day. We're just gonna have to see what happens. But anybody else got
I
something?
believe it. This isn't going to surprise anybody. I believe in him. I think they should. I think that one of the worries to me about a second contract is if you rob somebody of their incentive. You know, if money changes them in some ways. I don't see that with Marcus. I think football means something to him in a way that money, we all want money, right? But I think they should. I don't know if they will. I don't know if he will, I guess more specifically. I don't know what his ambitions are.
All pro tight end, yes. Or a cornerback, yes.
Yes.
And the tight end, of course. But yes, of course. It's of course to me. Maybe it's
Yeah,
not
that's
obvious.
how I feel. I mean, but I do think that this game and the response to him in coming back maybe tells him something about how his teammates respond to him too.
We were trying to gauge when he was introduced. They introduced the defensive players today, right before the game.
Yep.
I didn't hear boos.
I heard mostly cheers.
Yeah, that would
like it
be-
was a majority cheer.
They were like louder cheers too than
Yeah.
some other players too. I'm like, oh.
You ever hear the kind of defensive cheers? Where some people are going to be booing, so cheer! Even louder.
Yeah.
I think there was some of that going on too. That happens.
exactly.
Try to box out.
Yeah.
Try to, yeah.
Ryan knows about the box out.
Jordan Tribe, honorary 18 member. How you doing, Jordan?
Hey, Jordan.
Makes a joke. Kareem Hung.
He was Kareem Hung, wasn't he?
It's almost 1 in the morning. We could say anything.
It's after
He
one.
was Kareem
All bets
Hung.
are off.
Is it? It's
Yeah.
after 1 in the morning?
Tribe does say odds right now we see Pat in Denver. What do you guys think?
If they beat Miami, they clinch, right?
Yeah,
That's a fact?
Yes, it is a fact.
that could be fun.
Yeah.
The only
The kid is gonna be
They can't
slaying.
move up to
The
3,
only-
New
right?
Year's Rockin' Eve for Sam Bellinger.
technically
In the
they
thin
can
air.
move up to 3. They can finish with a better record.
He might
than
have
team
caught
that's
the
3
80-yard
now.
pass.
But Chiefs would have to win out, and that team, which is the Jaguars, would have to lose out. But and even then,
But even
then, there's a tiebreaker involved. And I don't know who would have tiebreaker between.
Week 17, Chiefs would know whether they could move up or not.
No, I think they'd have to play the game. It wouldn't be before the game.
Yeah.
So anyway, the only way for the Chiefs not to win the division now is for them to go 0-2, and for either the Raiders or the Chargers to to win out. And they both can't do it because they play each other on the final week of the season. So,
Colin Edward Farquhar says, Therese, is there a difference between when you say 1,000,000% and 100%? Does that mean less confidence, or just an observational question from the season? Yes, there's a difference. When I go 1,000,000%, it means yes, 1,000,000%. Take it to the bank.
it's a lot.
100% is, David White, it says, is Barry always this involved? Lots of shots of him in a coach-like role. Well, the last two weeks we've seen Peters. Yeah. We've seen Eric around more than
season was on the line.
And we've seen him was he in the locker room all week this week too?
I think I saw him in the locker room.
I thought I saw him one day for sure. So maybe he's just planting the flag.
Ian Anderson asked, could we possibly trade Houston at the end of this year or do something to rework his contract? Also, do you think this would be Derek Johnson's last year as a Chief? There's always a chance I guess they could rework DJ's deal, but, I don't know, man. This might be it for some of the old guys that you guys are used to seeing. As for Houston, hey, man, that one run where they tried to run some power pulling stuff at him, and I almost
chortling
from yes. I mean, that was football right there. That was great. I still think he can play. I think you got to keep him.
That was a highlight for me, though. Like when there was one specific run, and Justin just blew the whole thing up, and you just hear Therese down there, ho, 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 and then on the replay again, it's like, ho, 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 shit, and then I just see on Twitter it just says, yeah, you might not want to run power concepts at 50.
There was definitely
respectfully submitted.
Yeah, there was definitely a lack of congruence on that. People started to get excited about this offensive line now. Lucas Straczynski says the Kansas City Moving Company. Wow, wow.
Five guys in a truck. Five guys in a truck.
Yeah. That's right.
We're gonna dial that one back.
I think the A-team crowd is after dark too.
We don't get graded down.
David White says, how in the world did this team lose to the Giants? That's what I'd like to know.
Yeah.
It was like a parallel universe, wasn't it?
Well, I mean, two losses in that stadium to bad teams, especially the Giants. I mean, it's still inexplicable.
Sam, now we have people trying to mock our vacation plans. David White said, Sammy, better cancel that timeshare on the beach in February. And I got Rob Nassari. What's up, Rob? Says, Therese, I hope you purchase insurance for your January travel plans.
Just taunting us.
Okay.
We'll see. Yeah,
good
we'll
question.
See when we go to Pittsburgh or where the
we'll get that
work.
to you. I'll get that to you. Andrew Ross says, what are the A-team's thoughts on Halid going Mr. Miyagi with Joey Bosa after the game? Did you guys see that?
No.
Yeah,
he was doing a little training work there.
That's interesting.
Which I thought was interesting. I was kind of like, wonder how that's going to go over.
What would describe the training work?
Well, they were working on pass rush moves. Yeah, they
was it wax on, wax off?
A little bit. I mean, it was. I thought that was kind of interesting.
Halid going over the handwork of, like, it was interesting.
Yeah. Did they trade jerseys?
No. Randomly, I know that Justin Houston and Joey Bosa traded jerseys. I heard Justin talking about that after the game. But anyway.
Seneca Fortune Senior. I like he added the senior. I like that. I like when people add the senior in the fourth.
Steve Smith Senior.
That's the best. Is it safe to say Ty Hill is officially an elite receiver? He embarrassed Hayward on that touchdown. Hayward's dealing with a calf, but Ty's pretty special. 1,000 yards as a receiver. Totally redeemed the release of Jeremy Maclin.
And you know what? Not just a speed guy either, right? I mean, that's what makes him. Yeah. But I mean, he is a receiver. Yeah. I mean, great hands, good routes.
I feel like he would be in the league if he was a 4.4 guy at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, he's who he is because he's that fast, but he uses his hands and leverage the ball tracking. How many times have we seen him make catches on the sideline, like toe tapping?
Yeah.
I mean, he's the other reason, sorry to go back to this, but like on the go routes where you let it fly, is because he's so good tracking the ball. I don't think you have, even though he's 5'9" or whatever we're going to call him, I don't think you worry much about an interception. He can defend the ball.
I'm gonna fast track this one to the front. Yeah. Mike Wilson says, "Who motivated the O-line to pick their up and play?" Yeah. I don't know. I'm guessing it's Big Red though. Yeah. He got a little more involved.
Can we talk about the Tyreek celebration?
What did he do?
The NASCAR pit crew.
Is that what it was? Pit crew?
Yeah.
Strong.
Yeah. I was pretty impressed with that. In fact, that was the first in-game Twitter GIF I've ever done,
Oh,
ladies and gentlemen.
congratulations.
A GIF on the
That
pit
was
crew.
well timed, man.
A gift for us.
Yeah.
We only got 10 minutes, guys. Let's make the most of it. Jordan Tribe says, I love David's perspective. Good call on that piece.
Ooh, thank you. Appreciate that.
Peter Flaherty says, how big of a deal is KPL's injury? I really like that three-man rotation at linebacker.
I do too.
And that,
57, 56, 59.
I like it, and losing that matters because they've finally gotten the run game under control, and Kevin's been a part of that. He's developed another move by Brett Veach that's turned out to be pretty good.
Yep.
He got a Pro Bowler, a special teams Pro Bowler, to get that guy.
That's right.
Devancho Keen Wall says, watching from Winnipeg, Canada. Peter's game ball, without a doubt. If Harris doesn't push that Chargers player, we don't recover fumble. What do you guys think about Harris pushing the Chargers player?
That was good. Smart heads-up play.
Was heads up? Was it actually strictly legal? I mean, wasn't he pushing him from behind?
I don't know if it's literally legal, but I don't know that I've ever seen that called.
Well,
In a mad scramble for a
Yeah,
ball.
it's sort of like when there's
right.
a scrum, like a quarterback sneak. You're not supposed to push.
Right.
Everybody pushes.
Good question here from I'm not going to read that. Does the last 2 weeks of offensive play calling raise Nagy's stock to be a head coach on some? I've told you guys this before.
Yeah, you've been on
You better be scared of this. This guy has the respect of the players for like his ability to like kind of call some stuff when it matters, and he's got a really good way with the media, and I think he can be like the face of a team.
That's no
But this
small
guy's-
thing. It's no small thing to be good with the media.
Yeah.
He meets with the media every week.
He's great.
Yeah.
Like this is the kind of guy. I think he's a better head coaching candidate than Doug Peterson. I do. At the time,
Who's 11
I
and
do.
2 right now in his second year.
I'm dead serious. This is something to worry about.
Man, is it 87 points they scored in those 3 games?
Yeah.
Right? It's 3 games, right?
Yeah, the Jets game was the first
Yeah.
one.
By the way, we probably should have known something was going to turn around when that happened because I don't think Andy makes that move, and I don't think that Andy makes that move unless that gets out.
Does Andy
gets out, but unless they kind of know like some good stuff's about to come.
Does Andy make the decision to go for it on 4th and 3, and then Nagy has the play call? Do you think that's how that
Andy
works?
has a million. Yes, that is 1,000,000% Andy's call. We're not going to act like Andy Reid's not. Again, he's still installing the plays during the week, so Matt's got the face of it, but Andy's in the mix. All right, John Gill said, "Does anything about Denver or Miami scare you?" No. We're gonna move on. Nothing, other than the Andy Reid December game. Thoughts, and we might have already had that. So.
We had a lot of them in November.
Yeah. So.
In October.
Thoughts on how the cornerbacks played? Revis, Sorensen, Nelson. Anything quick?
Sorensen was terrible.
Bad-
I thought the others were
Tough game for Sorensen.
Yeah.
Took a pick away from Marcus,
Yeah.
early, and then it was his back that the punt went off of. So
A lot of missed
tough game.
tackles for him, too.
Good observation by Chris Schaefer. Something interesting to note since the play calling changed hands. Andy seems more engaged with Bob Sutton on the sideline these last 2 weeks.
Yelled at him. I know he yelled at him
I've wondered if that
last
was
week,
part
I
of it.
think.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, dial it up here, Bob. Okay, babe.
Yeah.
Hey, you got all those pretty blizzards. Why don't you use one of them? You know what I mean? Can you guys just imagine the sarcasm
For sure,
Andy's
that's
using?
what he says. Yeah.
Hey, Bobby,
A lot
you
of
think
plays
you-
on that sheet.
Hey, Bobby, you
Why
think
don't you
you
pick
can
out
dial
some
up
good
something
ones?
here?
I feel like this is the competent version.
Think you can rush a
of-
little more than 3
Remember
this time?
when Romeo Crennel, this is before you started here, but one time Romeo Crennel just stopped being the defensive coordinator. He needed to be the head coach for the whole team, and it was just like, all right. This is but, like, I feel like some of that, like, Andy Reid is the competent version of doing that. Like, he's got some more time, got some more intellectual energy. God, those Romeo days.
Yeah.
Literally back-to-back weeks that said, play good football, and then the next week was eliminate bad football.
Hey, good job. Good stuff there.
Did they both work?
No,
Okay.
neither over,
Neither
0-2. 0-2 in the sign.
What do we do next?
What's in between?
All right. Large Fight says, thanks, A-Team. Keys to beating the Dolphins game. A game Dolphins team. Let me get to that. I haven't even looked at them yet, but I will get there. Make sure you read game plan if you're going to ask me that. Harry, I'm not going to answer that. Harry, I'm not going to say your last name. You got me once. You're not getting me again.
Where is he?
Right here. You're not going to do that. Okay? Hair.
He did get
He
you.
got me one time, right? Should Kelsey be getting more targets? Doesn't matter who gets the targets when they win.
You didn't get anybody on there named Haywood asking you to spell their last name out loud.
This ain't
Okay,
the
never mind.
Simpsons. Okay, guys? Mike Wilson says, what's the issue in the red zone? Play calling or schematic? I mean, I've been blaming the line for it. When you can't create movement up front in a tight space, it fouls things up. Lucas Trzynski says, is Fulton a better fit for the offense than Morrison? Well, it is when Morrison's playing on one foot.
Yep.
Okay? I'm just going to answer some of these guys. Jacob Larson says, still a problem, not being able to get a touchdown in the red zone. Is that okay? Team play. Does this team play better when they have a chip on their shoulder? No, we answered this last week. Teams that have been together a long time, it takes them longer and longer to turn on that light switch, right? And at some point, they stop being able to do it. I think we're going to get to the point next year they stop being able to do it. Would you rather face the Patriots or the Steelers in the divisional round?
Steelers.
They're going to lose to
Patriots.
Really?
Yep.
You think in part because they
I
already beat them there this
I just
year?
think they match up better. I think they match up better against the
Mentally,
Just, yeah.
they would have confidence against the Patriots.
Andrew Wells says Mitch Schwartz has been money against the AFC West. Just want to give him credit. Good call.
Yep.
Good
Let's give him
observation.
credit. Corey Narr says, how many empty seats were there? There were some cheap prices online. There were some.
It seemed to fill up a little bit, but at kickoff there was a ton, like thousands.
What was the noise? Was the noise?
Noise, I had earplugs in, and the noise was legit loud with earplugs in. Louder than the Raiders game.
I would have guessed, there were several thousand probably still, but nothing like last week.
No,
Last week was really surprisingly.
fewer than the Raiders. I think.
Yeah.
I remember the Steelers playoff game last year. There were empty seats. I think we should just come to accept that. That's
Do you think that people will skip a Christmas Eve game just because it's Christmas
absolutely,
Oh, God, yes.
absolutely.
Eve?
Yeah, especially
a million or 100%.
million.
Million%.
Especially given the fact they still don't believe in this team.
Can we break the news to him too that there won't be a Facebook Live?
Yeah, just don't even. Hey, y'all got something better to do. Like, let's, don't ask us to come up on there at 8 p.m. on Christmas Eve and entertain. We're not doing that. We're going home.
New Year's Eve. This will be in Denver anyway,
Yeah.
but not Christmas.
Yeah. Best case scenario for the Chiefs when it comes to other AFC teams, what should we be rooting for?
Well,
Blair question.
well, look, you tell me. The possibilities are the Titans, the Ravens. The Ravens look like if the Chiefs finish 4, which looks like that's where they'll finish, they'll play the 5th seed, the best wild card team, and I think that's going to be the Ravens. I think the Ravens are going to win out, finish 10-6, and we'll get Baltimore here for the first playoff game.
I've seen that before.
Yeah, there's going to be some physicality in that game. There's going to be some people beat up in that
If
game.
not them, it's the Tennessee Titans. I think those are your two
There's going to be
teams.
some physicality in that game. There's going to be some people beat up in that game. Want to name another team?
There's going to be some physicality.
I said, name another team.
Buffalo Bills.
There's going to be some physicality. No, not that team. Not them. Tyler Hoffman says, what are the best case? No. Also, if you had to choose one weak link on this team that would be the death of us, what or who would it be?
Oh, I think that's a great question. Actually.
I do too.
The week, what could be the kryptonite?
Nothing these last 2 weeks. They've been
At least the
unbeatable.
offensive line. Team takes away the running game, the offense isn't going to do anything.
Well, what's gotten them beat in the playoffs the last couple times?
Secondary.
Run D,
Alex missing guys.
Yeah.
not scoring enough points.
Yeah.
They get handled up
Quarterback.
front. They're going to lose the playoffs. So
Yep.
it's the offensive line. Do you guys think the Chiefs have been more disciplined the last few weeks? Penalty-wise?
I don't know if it shows up in the numbers on penalties, but I do feel like they've largely eliminated big mistakes, right? I mean, that really stuck out tonight, the botched punt return.
And the Larry false start or whatever it was.
But other than that, I can't.
They don't turn it over.
Yeah.
These guys don't turn the ball
Yeah.
over.
They don't.
I
They
do think
don't
they've been more
fumble?
disciplined. It seems like that anyway.
It's still 5 interceptions all season by Alex Smith, right?
And two
And
fumbles.
2 fumbles.
Eric Johnson says, "Can you guys please entertain us on Christmas Eve?" No, we cannot. And answer that. Ian Anderson says, Terrell's first round pick Alex for Alex Smith? No, absolutely not. Thomas Miss says, tackles look good, thoughts on Fish? Anybody got something on Fish?
Had a bad penalty tonight.
Yeah.
Speaking of thinking we thought they cleaned up everything, but nothing else he did tonight stood out one way or another. I assume he had a hand in some successful paving of way from Kareem.
Well, for sure, but also, like, we've been talking about Ingram and Bosa all week, and for good reason.
Yeah.
Those guys didn't really do much.
No, right, yes.
And Mitchell Schwartz was only playing one tackle position.
I'm glad you said that. Chase Peoples actually just pointed that out. So kudos to the offensive line. They had a good game.
Absolutely.
One last thing I wanted to mention. Guess who got the game ball today? No, guess who broke the team down after the game? Marcus Peters.
That's all right.
Little tidbit for you. All right, this is going to be the last one because it's time to go home. Andy Reid chalked up Kareem Hunt's success today to the spread online alignment. What do you guys think? Well, I think I need to watch the tape. Let me watch the tape when I get back to you. Closing thoughts and we'll get out of here. Bye.
Look, they're just in a way better place than 2 weeks ago, Captain Obvious, but I actually think there's a little spark here. I'm not going to say expect something in the playoffs. I just think there's a little spark here. And I think the thing is we can't forget about November, but I think also there's something outlierish about that streak. I can't figure it out. I don't know why. But
they're starting to win you over again.
They are.
538.com says Chiefs have a 95% chance of making the playoffs. Chiefs fans will come up with many ways in that 5% that they don't make the playoffs because
That's the write-in vote.
That's right.
Anything can happen in pro football. I'm not saying that it can't. I think you guys need to be careful with your hearts with this team. Like the tape I had to watch was disgusting in November. So let them win a few more games and then let them win the wild card game before you get too invested.
Yeah, I'm going to remember this game for Marcus Peters and the way he responded in that moment in this way. But I think they're a good team, but I still think they're going to lose in the division round. That's where I'm at right now.
Okay, we're going to wrap this.
If they even get there, I can see them losing that wild card game too, for sure.
All right.
Right here.
Yep.
Right here at Arrowhead.
And there's going to be
Done that before.
Yeah, I've seen that.
again. There's going to be some physicality in that game. So people are going to get beaten up. You just hope it's not the team in red. All right. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you guys. 93 people.
Ridiculous.
At 1:20 in the morning. We appreciate it. If you're listening to this via iTunes, via podcast, go to iTunes, rate and review us, SportsBeat KC. Don't just give us 5 stars. Like, actually review us. We'd appreciate that. That you can thank us for this free entertainment and all the hard work we put in.
And so what's the next episode?
This is why we work well together. So, if you really want to thank us, if you really want to kind of take it to the next level here of 18 fandom, you should meet us live. We're doing a show live on Tuesday at the 7th Street Casino, 7 p.m. Come, join us. We're going to have a great show. We're going to talk Chiefs, teams winning. You're going to get a chance to meet us. We're going to glad hand a little bit, have a little bit of fun. Old ball coach might make an appearance. Yep, and
Like the sling blade there.
just don't ask me to do an impression. That's a guarantee I won't do it. I'm actually not joking. I don't do them on request. So I do want you to come out and have some fun. So for the guys, Sam, Blair, Vahe, I'm Therese. I'll see you guys later.
Big Dave
Big
behind.
Dave. Thank you, man.
Our
Thank you for
engineer.
handling the camera. Made it easier. Appreciate you guys, man. See you.